Good morning, everyone. It's still morning. It's still morning. It's almost noon, but it's still morning. We're northbound on Highway 31, Washington, just entering Madeline Falls. Well, let's go back to Canada, across the border. I'm running empty. Unloaded today morning in Spokane Valley. A little bit later than I wanted to be, but we were unloaded by 8. And I think because we're a little late yesterday, we might be a little late today as well. We're loading a Klesnikov, headed to Richmond. So I don't know if we'll quite make it, but we'll go as far as we can and find out where we're going to spend the night. Might be Manning Park, Hope, might be Abbotsford, who knows. It all depends on how long it takes to load and how much construction. Running empty, so this is going to be my first opportunity to scale these trailers empty. So I'm going to make sure I fill up fuel in Salmo. I don't need fuel, I'm at 3/4 diesel and just over 3/4 DEF. But I want to be full weight when going across the border, get a good reading of what my gross weight is with this new setup. I've pretty much got everything where I want it. My chains hung up where I want them. So it should be a really good weight to know how much I can carry. Are these trailers heavier or lighter than my last set? I will have answers after today. Hopefully the scale is closed. If they're open, I'll call them and let them know what I'm doing. I did the same thing on Friday, crossing the Kamloops scale. I just gave them a call and said, hey, I'll be stopping and checking the weight of each axle and writing the numbers down, because that was the first time I loaded a US load. So I'm like, that's a good base to start off there. Now we'll get an empty load, and then we'll load Klesnikov, and then I'll head back to the scale and get a full Canadian load. That way I have 3 readings almost right away. I've got the empty weight, a good idea of what a loaded US weight looks like, and I'll have a good idea what a Canadian loaded weight looks like. And once I have a really good idea where we are, then I can push it closer to the limits and get exactly where the limits are on these trailers. That way I can load as much as legally possible, makes the customer happy, makes Sutco more money, can't go wrong. And I don't overload, saves me from getting tickets. This is the corner that's always the sketchiest. Right here. Because I have to cross the center line, which isn't even painted there anymore, but to prevent my trailers from hitting those no posts, I have to cross the center line. So if there's oncoming traffic, I just have to stop. Circle Motel. what I mean by this border crossing. We just climbed all the way from the bottom of the valley up to the top. Well, not the top, but out of the valley. We climbed out of the valley. After we cross the border, you'll see we go right back down to the bottom of the valley. So you climb way up out, cross the border, and then you go back down. It must be a very narrow part of the valley there or something. Like, why wouldn't they build the road on the bottom? So, garbage is looking pretty full, so I'm gonna stop at that last pullout where there's a garbage bin, dump out our garbage. I always like to have the garbage empty going through customs, because they randomly will go through the truck and check everything. Why make them crawl through my garbage? It's like, respect the border crossing officers and don't make them go through my garbage. Because if I was going to hide some anything illegal, bring it across the border, hiding it in a bunch of garbage would probably be a good place to hide it. I don't know. Don't know where good places to hide would be, but either way, they'd be forced to go through the garbage, and I try very hard to make sure my garbage is empty every time I cross the border. Just in case it happens to be one of those days that they are going to do a full inspection of the vehicle. And they do every now and then. Madeline Falls here, they did one a couple weeks ago. Yeah, probably 3 weeks ago. They did a full inspection 2 weeks ago. So they do it every now and then. Not very often, but every now and then. There's a beautiful forest up here. It is a park. I can't remember what the park name is, but it's one of those national forest parks, I believe. It's a beautiful day. I'm sorry about the bug splats on the windows. They're stuck. It's that time of year. If it's not raining, there'll be bugs, and it doesn't matter how much washer fluid I waste on them, there'll be bugs on the windshield. So just part of summer. I've got the camera pretty close to the windshield, so there's less bugs for you guys, but still, there will be bugs. Drove through what I feel was a beehive, because it was a lot of splats, and they were hard hits, so I don't know if they were bees or something bigger. They seemed like hard hits as they were hitting the windshield, so maybe they were bumblebees, bigger bees, not tame bees, they were wild bumblebees or something. Colville. I heard them pronounce it on the radio, Colville. I feel these trailers turn better than my old trailers. I just feel like they don't cross the line as far. I don't know how that's possible, how they turn better than the last set of trailers, but it just feels like I can take a corner sharper without curbing the tires or having the tires run over the lines. Might be the lead trailer. Where is the most weight on which axle? So if the front axle is taking more weight than the rear axle, it would turn tighter. Where's the turning radius on that lead trailer? On the last trailer it was the center axle. I assumed it would be the center axle here too, but maybe it's a little bit further forward. Well, actually on the last one was a little bit behind the center axle. You always see by the wear and tear of tires which ones are scrubbing sideways the most. So I don't know, I guess over time we'll see which tires scrub the most and we know where the turning radius is. Yeah, and on those last set of trailers it was the rear axle that was getting, the center and rear axle were getting very little wear. The front axle was getting a lot of tire wear, so the turning radius is definitely near the rear of the lead. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the tire wear is on this set. If it's on the front two axles instead of the rear two axles, that would make sense why it would turn tighter. Okay, where's this litter barrel? It's got to be coming up here pretty soon. It's easy to miss. I've missed it a couple times. It's like, no, I wanted to dump my garbage. I think they have a sign. They have a litter barrel sign first. Yeah. Garmin just said there's a country border ahead of us. 4.8 miles, there's a country border. Cool, I think that's what we wanted. Back into Canada. Canada? I think it's just Canada. Canada. K-A-N, I think T-A, there's more letters in there. Canada. The way Canada should have been spelled. The actual word, Canada is a misspelt word, mispronounced. Definitely a nice little forest. I haven't seen any elk here, but this is where I heard the elk calls when I had to sleep at the pullout when the border was closed. And the pullout where we toss out garbage is also a warning there that this is grizzly and black bear country, so you gotta be careful. And I've seen both grizzly and black bear in this area, just in the Canadian side. Hey, there's a sign. There we go. Deposit litter in quarter mile. mile comes up pretty quick, I think. There it is. Okay, quickly run out and throw out the garbage. Barely big enough for a Super Bee. Okay. I'll be right back. Grab the garbage. Can't forget the garbage. Important stuff. That sign warned me of danger, but nowhere did it say I had to watch out for Swift trucks blowing past. I didn't see a sign for that. Warning. Warning, Swift trucks may pass here. I don't know if I've ever seen a Swift truck pass on this or go on this part of the road before. Seat belted in. Oh, stuck to a truck. So I guess there's a lineup ahead of us now. I don't mind a lineup. What does that look for? Give me 2 minutes in the lineup before I mind a lineup.
Yeah. I think you mind less today because you kind of know you can't make it.
Yeah, it's very, very unlikely we can make it today anyway, so we'll do our best though. We'll get as far as we can. It is beautiful country here. Kind of like driving through the forest here. That's a Sutco Tridem axle. Probably hog. Probably hauling hog across the border, which is just garbage bark and stuff. Not the pig. I don't know why they call it hog, but it's all the bark and dirty chips and all the stuff that you can't use for making any kind of other wood products. So they burn it for electricity. Oh, all the scrap you feed a pig scraps, so maybe it's all the stuff you give to the hogs. Perhaps. It's a good theory. I put my microphone away, guys. I'll just move it to the side, that's all. You guys should still be able to hear me. Really nice officers at these borders.
Both sides.
Both the US and Canadian side. Really nice. I think got a green light already. Cool. The Swift guy's already back in his truck. Couldn't resist. Oh, you got a green light, you don't even have to stop. Don't run over this other driver here. He's doing his paperwork in there. I do my paperwork after. Okay, let's go see how long this takes. Shouldn't be long. We're empty. Empty should be pretty rapid. definitely warming up.
How swift he is. Come on, Swift. Be swift.
All right. Nice and quick. Where's that officer? He's going around the other side. Looks the chip truck had a random inspection note come up on the computer, so I'm going to pull into right where Swift is. Hopefully go far enough around I'm out of his way, so if he needs to move. And do my log for crossing the border. Of course, there's a car in the way too. That should be out of his way. Okay. Seatbelt, let me lean forward, please. Thank you. Change my units on the GPS. 2 kilometers. Border crossing on the Colquhoun. Yes, we crossed the border. Okay. Region. We are no longer in the US, we're in Canada, Maine. Canada North, we would have more hours. So, switch to Canada, Maine, which means we've just gained 2 hours on our clock. Okay. 2 vehicles behind us there. Nobody's near me, none of those kids are near me. Okay. Let's go. Is 55. Pretty close. Turn my engine brakes back on, because we're going to need those. They're about to go down. Commercial vehicle permits, call this number. I'm not reading every sign. I'm every other sign. Clean, drain, dry your butt. Whoa, that bird. That was close. He survived that one. Yeah, the chip truck. I asked him, he has a manifest. I'm like, oh, what are you hauling back up? And he goes, he's hauling chips into Canada. It's like, oh, I did not expect anyone to be hauling chips into Canada.
I guess with some lumber was cut back, probably some other chips here.
I guess if lumber mills are cutting back, the lumber mills make less chips, less sawdust.
Still
I don't know, that's weird to me. And it's all about bottom dollar. So we're importing wood chips into Canada, apparently. That's news to me.
To me, it's silly to import to the U.S. too. So.
Yeah, crossing over to the U.S. seems, I don't know, it's a market for. So where does he deliver these chips to? Like Castlegar, I guess. There's a big mill there in Castlegar that accepts chips, so they must be delivering there. That's the closest one I know. Going down, 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 and then we have to go back up. Oh, where are we entering the highway here? Right at the bottom of Kootenai Pass. Yeah, we go past Salmo. I can fuel up in Salmo. I'm like, wait, where are we connecting onto the highway here? But no, my initial thought works. The Canadian side doesn't have as sharp corners as the US side for getting in and out of this valley, but still going way down. Almost there. You see the river there. Always takes a few minutes to get used to kilometers per hour again. Oh, every single time I cross the border, it's like, okay, nope, 90 is over here. And when the sign says 60 kilometers, it's not 60 miles. It's like, you have that slight hesitation of not wanting to slow down, like 60, yep, oh shoot, 60, I'll have to really slow down, right? Because you see the same number, 60 in the US, you see 60 in Canada, and they mean very different things. So it takes your brain a little bit to go, right, 60 means slow down dramatically. And every single time it happens, just it only takes a minute or two, well, maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, the longer it's been since you crossed over, the longer it takes to adapt to it again. Your first time crossing, I'm sure it's very confusing.
I remember I first time crossing in person. First time in the personal crossing. 10 years ago when we went the first time. We had to take 2 years here.
Oh yes, I remember the first time I did a road trip across the U.S. to Michigan. I didn't have a GPS, just maps. And I wrote out every 5 kilometers equals so many miles and made a little cheat sheet and taped it onto my steering wheel. My speedometer had the miles in very, very, very tiny little marks, not accurate at all. It was very, very hard to read the miles per hour in that truck or SUV. So I taped a cheat sheet to the steering wheel. Yeah, I remember that.
We actually made that trip without a GPS.
Yeah, made that trip without a GPS. How horrible. People don't know how to read maps these days. We still carry map in here. Yeah. It's not a very detailed map, but it's a Canadian, US, Mexico road map. And yeah, we do use it. Every now and then I have to pull it out and go, GPS says to take this route. Let me actually look at a physical map and What looks like it makes more sense?
I like to use it to see what mountain ranges are. The rivers.
Got a headlight out. Jess says she likes using it to see what mountain ranges we're going through, and town names and
The rivers.
river names and lake names and stuff like that.
Turn left at the stop sign. Turn left at the stop sign.
Seems like there's traffic today. And there's a blind corner to the left side. And to the right side, there's not a lot of warning either. So you gotta really... Oh, there comes an RV as I start moving. So you gotta really move once you've committed. Yeah, they're turning off, so that's good.
Continue on.
That's good. Oh, someone threw at their water. Well, come on, guys. Wait till they're garbage bin. Keep that stuff inside until you find a garbage bin.
I don't have a like hurricanes.
Canadians throw stuff out too. You can't blame Americans for throwing stuff out.
Well,
You just did. I guess you're an American, so you can blame Americans, but I blame Canadians too. Feeling toasty all of a sudden.
yeah, the sun already.
26 degrees Celsius out there.
Kilometers.
13 kilometers till Salmo. Got it. Running a little bit behind, but if I really needed something, I'd stop in Salmo. Be nice to get that sign put onto the back of the trailer, but I think I'll save that for another time. Save it for another time. But on a day we know we have some spare time. I handed the paperwork in a couple of days ago, so don't have a bunch of paperwork that needs to be handed in, so we're good. I'm getting a little bit low on washer fluid, but I think I'll save that for next time as well. But we will fuel up, even though I don't need to, just to get our trailer weights. Hey, someone's got a tent down there. Other side of the river. Don't know how they get there, but oh, there's some porta potties. Is there a park there or something?
The music festival, I think, is usually there.
Music festival. Ah, that's you located over here somewhere. I'm like, I'll catch up with these people. Darn, and then look further ahead. Oh, there's a long line up further ahead, so we're not even gonna think of passing. No point if there's a long lineup. No advantage. And we're turning off in the next 15 kilometers or so anyway. Leave these guys lots of room. There's no point tailgating someone if you're not going to pass anyway. Only time I come up near someone is if I'm gaining speed and about to pass them. Get the momentum going, and that way time it out so you get near the back of their vehicle and then pass. If If you're not going to pass them, give them lots of room.
What's in the second part?
What's the second part?
I'm here getting lucky. It's like once the somebody's passing them, you're through.
That's quite often. I'm like, got the momentum, okay, I can pass. I start passing and they realize, hey, Sammy is passing me. Shoot, hey look, here's my throttle. And then I cannot complete the pass. And it's happened once today already.
Multiple times today.
It happens quite often, yeah. Quite often, it's like, but I had planned the pass for you to maintain your speed. That's okay. Nice relaxing drive. I think I'll just set cruise control at a lower speed here. 90 kilometers an hour. Must have cell service. Salmo River. I smell skunk. Yeah, pretty much the road from Spokane back up to Canada, you're driving in a forest a lot of the way. It's got its own beauty. You don't get any spectacular viewpoints, but you get your own beauty, different kind of beauty. Which fires? Anarchist fires are in a mop-up stage. So pretty much the fires that got started on Anarchist by lightning yesterday, they've pretty much got them out. They're just looking for the last embers. Hey car, I know you're probably going to pass me, but there's no point. No point of passing when there's so much traffic ahead of you. All you do is stress yourself out and get nowhere faster. No boat inspections today. Yeah, we drove all the way to where? Drive-in theater. Enderby with our kayaks on the top and didn't pass any boat inspections. Yes, we went to a drive-in with kayaks on top. I was not thinking, okay? I was not thinking. But having said that, this drive-through takes RVs. The way they've designed the parking, there are parking places that you can park with tall vehicles. Yeah, there's actually upper parking and lower parking that you can park. With taller vehicles, there's a couple places you can choose to park still. You still have some choice. But in the future, I will try to remember to leave the kayaks at home. It gives me even more choice of parking spots. I could have taken the kayaks down and put them in the back of the box. I was going to, then it's like, oh, there's a good parking spot here where I don't have to, so we'll park there. And we weren't the only ones with kayaks on top of our roof. Well, I think we were the only one with kayak, but someone had a full fishing boat on their roof, and those Thule storages on top of the roof. So, like that one there. Alright, we're through Salmo. I will pull over here and get some fuel. Hopefully there's no lineup. Would make me happy. If there's 2 rigs lined up, do I pass or do I still wait? If there's one rig, it'll take, if there's nobody there, it'll take me about 15 minutes. If there's one rig there, it'll take me half an hour. If there's already 2 rigs there, it'll be 45 minutes. I think if there's 2 rigs, I will bypass. There's only one pump to fuel up at this gas station, so let's take a look. What does it look like? I see one in there. Just one, okay. Just a small truck, so it shouldn't take them very long either, so maybe 20-25 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, if you guys don't mind, hit that little bell button so you get to watch all my videos. We'll see you guys tomorrow.